A storm is rising inside Landman Season 2, and Episode 3 is the moment everything turns deadly. A betrayal is already in motion, quiet, unseen, and powerful enough to tear the entire Maguire family apart. The trailer doesn't just tease chaos, it warns us that someone close, someone trusted, is about to break the line in a way no one can undo. And when the truth finally erupts, the fight for survival won't start with oil fields or business deals. It will start within the people Tommy thought he could depend on. Because in Episode 3, the enemy isn't just coming. The enemy is already standing inside the gates. From the very first second, the trailer for Landman Season 2, Episode 3 delivers a chilling message. The deeper Tommy digs into the truth, the more dangerous his world becomes. What looks like a normal day in the oil fields hides a threat quietly growing behind every decision, every phone call, and every promise made in desperation. Episode 3 is the moment the lies finally catch up, and the trailer makes it painfully clear Tommy's circle is no longer solid. Someone he trusts is slipping away, and their choices are about to ignite a crisis bigger than anything the Maguires have seen this season. The tension begins with Tommy realizing that the pressure around Texas is no longer coming from outside forces alone. The cartel's shadow still looms, but now the danger is creeping into the family from within. There's a shift in energy, a change in tone that proves the real battle is no longer about oil wells or financial debts. It's about loyalty cracking under the weight of fear. The trailer hints at hushed conversations, hidden intentions, and a dangerous alliance forming just out of sight. Someone is making a move behind Tommy's back, and the consequences are already set in motion. Episode 3 focuses on the fallout of all the secrets piling up. Monty's hidden deals continue to haunt Cammy, and she begins to unravel in ways she can no longer hide. The trailer shows her voice trembling, her hands shaking, her patience finally worn thin. Every lie Monty left behind has pushed her to a breaking point. Her trust in the people around her starts to fracture. She doesn't know who to blame, who to lean on, or who might be pulling strings she can't see. And that uncertainty opens the perfect door for betrayal to slip through. Quiet, subtle, and devastating. But the biggest warning in the trailer comes from Cooper's storyline. His excitement from the oil strike is gone, replaced by a shadow of fear he can't hide anymore. The $8 million loan he took is no longer a secret Tommy can ignore. The trailer hints at someone close watching Cooper's panic with a different kind of interest. Someone who benefits from the chaos he created. The betrayal forming here isn't loud. It's not explosive. It's the kind that grows slowly, silently, until it becomes impossible to escape. Cooper's desperation has made him vulnerable, and vulnerability attracts the worst kind of attention. And then there's Tommy. The trailer shows him pushed harder than ever before. He is surrounded by pressure. From Cammy's collapse, Cooper's debt, the cartel's grip, and now a hidden betrayal creeping toward him like a blade in the dark. Tommy senses it. He feels something shifting. The way people look at him, the way conversations pause when he walks into a room, the way the smallest details suddenly don't add up anymore. He knows someone is lying. He just doesn't know who. Episode 3 raises one terrifying question. What happens when the person threatening your future isn't your enemy, but someone you love? The trailer ends without giving answers. No names, no hints. Just a promise that a betrayal is coming, one deadly enough to change the entire direction of Landman Season 2. Episode 3 of Landman Season 2 plunges straight into the aftermath of mounting tension, and the trailer captures it perfectly. The moment Tommy realizes that controlling the chaos around Texas might not be enough, everything shifts. He's no longer just managing disasters. He's facing a battlefield where the front lines are invisible. The betrayal hinted at in the trailer becomes the pulse of the episode, threading through every conversation, every glance, and every decision the characters make. Nothing is safe, and the suspense is built on the quiet, almost imperceptible signs that something is about to explode. Every character's fear, every secret, every unspoken truth starts pressing against each other like a storm ready to break. The first threads of danger emerge through Cammy's storyline. The trailer shows her haunted by the weight of Monty's hidden life. She has spent the season trying to hold the company together, trying to protect everyone connected to Texas. And yet, everything Monty left behind threatens to consume her. Episode 3 explores this unraveling with an intensity that's hard to ignore. Cammy isn't just tired, she's exhausted to her core. The trailer hints at her confronting the unbearable truth. The company she thought she could rely on, the life she thought she controlled, is now a cage built from lies. Every financial disaster Monty left behind becomes a trap. Every legal complication a reminder that she's walking a path littered with invisible mines. While Cammy fights her own collapse, Cooper is trapped in a dangerous game of his own making. The trailer teases the horror behind his $8 million loan, a mistake that transforms from a simple financial risk into a life-threatening trap. The lender connected to Galino is more than just a creditor. He's a predator waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Cooper, still proud of his oil strike, has no idea that each well pumping oil under his name is now a countdown clock, a slow burn toward disaster. The trailer shows Cooper's confidence fading, replaced by an undercurrent of fear that grows with every passing minute. Every action he takes now has consequences that could spiral out of control in an instant. The tension isn't just external. Tommy's internal battle becomes the driving force of episode 3. The trailer captures him standing at the edge of a decision point, one that will define his role in this deadly web. He is no longer a man who reacts. He is being forced to act, to step forward and confront threats that have been hiding in plain sight. The betrayal emerging in the episode makes him question everything he knows about trust, loyalty, and family. Every instinct he has learned from a lifetime in oil and business is challenged as he realizes that someone close may have been working against him all along. Episode 3 isn't just a story about survival. It's about the reckoning that comes when people you trust are the very ones undermining everything you fight for. The trailer hints at the subtle moments of suspicion, the looks exchanged in silence, the tiny inconsistencies that build into undeniable proof that someone is preparing to betray. Every scene carries this tension, making viewers feel the weight of anticipation. Every line of dialogue, every beat is calculated to heighten suspense, making it clear that nothing and no one is as they seem. By the time the episode reaches its climax, the betrayal is no longer just a threat. It's a force that drives the story forward. The trailer gives a chilling glimpse of Tommy realizing that the enemy isn't just external, and that the survival of Texas, Cooper, and even Cammy hinges on how he responds to the danger within. Episode 3 isn't about victory yet. It's about recognizing the battlefield and preparing for the inevitable war. Episode 3 of Landman Season 2 pushes the tension to a breaking point, and the trailer captures the first hints of a confrontation that could shatter everything. The betrayal simmering beneath the surface begins to demand attention, and Tommy can feel it. He notices small things, an evasive glance, a word left unsaid, the way meetings end too quickly, or phone calls are abruptly cut. The trailer makes it clear that this episode isn't about slow revelations. It's about the pressure building so high that it forces truths into the open. For Tommy, every instinct screams that someone in his inner circle is making moves behind his back, and the consequences could be catastrophic. Cammy's storyline becomes even more intense in episode 3. The trailer teases her at her most vulnerable, standing amid Monty's wreckage of debts and hidden deals. She has spent the season pretending to be strong, holding the company together while her grief simmers. But now, the cracks show. Cammy is not just overwhelmed, she is at the edge of losing herself. The betrayal that unfolds in this episode intersects with her story in a way that is both personal and professional. As she begins to suspect that someone close may not have her best interests at heart, her frustration turns into fear, and her fear into fury. The trailer hints at her wrestling with an impossible choice: protect the company, trust the wrong person, or step back and risk everything collapsing around her. Meanwhile, Cooper's situation escalates from financial risk to life or death danger. The trailer emphasizes the silent terror behind his $8 million loan tied to Galino, whose shadow over the season has been constant and menacing. Episode 3 shows Cooper's realization that the oil strike he celebrated might have been nothing more than bait. He can feel the chains of the contract tightening, each signature binding him closer to a predator with no interest in negotiation. The trailer captures the tension in his eyes, the growing panic as he understands that escaping this trap will not be simple, and that his father, Tommy, may be the only person who can save him. Tommy's arc in episode 3 is the emotional core. The trailer teases his transformation from a man caught in reaction to a man taking deliberate, calculated action. The betrayal forces him to confront not just the threat outside, but the failures within his own family. He sees Cooper's fear, Cammie's unraveling, and the cartel's looming influence, and he understands that survival means more than protecting assets. It means protecting people. Every moment in the trailer conveys Tommy wrestling with the weight of responsibility, the guilt of past absences, and the need to rise above them. His transformation is not sudden. It's the result of every pressure point the season has built, all colliding in this episode. The trailer also hints at the first direct consequences of the betrayal. Someone trusted has made a decision that forces Tommy to act immediately. The tension is thick, the stakes unmistakable. It's a betrayal that doesn't announce itself loudly. It grows quietly, tightening its grip until it leaves no room for mistakes. Episode 3 makes it clear that this betrayal is not just about financial gain or business advantage, it is personal. It cuts to the heart of trust, loyalty, and family bonds, testing every character's limits. By the end of the episode, the audience sees the full weight of this deception. The trailer shows Tommy standing firm, no longer merely reacting to threats, but preparing for the inevitable confrontation that betrayal guarantees. Episode 3 is the turning point where the season's tension peaks, setting the stage for the dangerous and explosive events that will follow. Every secret revealed, every fear acknowledged, and every small act of courage in this episode builds toward the reckoning that Landman Season 2 has been leading up to. Episode 3 of Landman Season 2 doesn't just tease danger, it delivers it, and the trailer hints at the full scale of the storm heading straight for the Maguires. The betrayal is no longer a whisper in the shadows. It is a force that reshapes every interaction, every choice, every heartbeat. Tommy has been preparing for challenges all season, but nothing has tested him like this. The trailer shows him moving through the episode with a new intensity, a sharpness in his gaze that reflects the gravity of what's coming. He knows the stakes aren't just financial or business related, they're personal, raw, and life-altering. Every decision he makes now is a matter of survival, and every action carries consequences that could destroy those he loves. Cammie's unraveling continues to dominate the emotional pulse of the episode. Episode 3 strips away her defenses, leaving her raw and exposed. The trailer captures moments where Cammie can no longer mask her fear and frustration. The weight of Monty's hidden debts, secret deals, and the relentless pressure of running Texas crashes down on her like a physical blow. Her anger, once controlled, becomes dangerous, not just to herself, but to the stability of the company. The trailer teases scenes where she begins questioning loyalties, unsure who she can trust, and it becomes clear that the betrayal isn't just coming, it may already be here. Her vulnerability makes her the perfect target, and the tension escalates as viewers sense that the next move could be catastrophic. Cooper's journey in episode 3 becomes a terrifying blend of naivety and peril. The trailer highlights his initial pride over the oil strike, a fleeting triumph that quickly turns into horror as he realizes the $8 million loan is a trap. The connection to Galino, a figure whose reputation alone sends shivers through the family, adds a sense of imminent danger. Episode 3 portrays Cooper caught between confidence and fear, unsure how to undo the damage he's caused. His youthful mistakes have consequences far beyond what he imagined, and the trailer foreshadows the life-or-death tension that will dominate his storyline. Every moment of triumph is undercut by the knowledge that he is already ensnared, and the betrayal lurking in the shadows intensifies the suspense. Tommy's evolution in this episode is the heart of the story. Episode 3 reveals a man who is no longer content with reacting to disasters. He steps into a position of control, of power, and of responsibility. The trailer hints at this transformation through tense close-ups and lingering shots of Tommy observing, calculating, and preparing. He recognizes that the betrayal he senses must be confronted head-on, and the moment of reckoning is inevitable. This is a man forged by past mistakes, guilt, and loss, now channeling all that into action. The suspense builds because viewers know Tommy's response will define the fate of everyone around him. Every step he takes is measured, deliberate, and heavy with anticipation, making the trailer's tension almost unbearable. By the climax of episode 3, the betrayal's ripple effects become undeniable. The trailer teases the first confrontations, the first cracks in trust, and the first choices that will alter alliances forever. Tommy stands at the center of this storm, Cammy teeters on the edge of collapse, and Cooper faces consequences he cannot control. The cartel's shadow continues to loom, and the unseen enemy within the family or company casts a permanent chill over every moment. Episode 3 sets the stage for the inevitable clash between loyalty and deception, trust and survival, love and fear. Every scene is charged, every interaction heavy with suspense, and every revelation brings the season closer to a point of no return. The trailer closes with the promise of chaos, subtle yet terrifying. Episode 3 proves that in Landman Season 2, betrayal is not just a possibility, it is a certainty, and the consequences are about to explode. The suspense, the danger, and the emotional intensity are now fully unleashed, and viewers are left bracing for the fallout that will define the rest of the season. Episode 3 of Landman Season 2 reaches its crescendo as the betrayal hinted at throughout the trailer finally comes into full view. The tension that has been simmering beneath the surface explodes into a storm of confrontation, fear, and high-stakes decisions. Tommy, who has spent the entire season reacting to crises, now faces the ultimate test, navigating a web of deceit that threatens not only the company, but the very people he loves. The trailer emphasizes this turning point, showing him locked in thought, every muscle tight with anticipation, knowing that one wrong move could cost everything. Every scene in this episode pulsates with urgency. The betrayal isn't distant anymore. It is here, it is personal, and it is deadly. Cammy's journey in episode 3 reaches a critical tipping point. The trailer hints at moments where her composure finally shatters. The weight of Monty's secrets, hidden debts, shadow deals, and the relentless pressure of maintaining Texas has pushed her to the brink. Cammy's fear and anger collide, creating an emotional storm that makes her unpredictable and dangerous, even to herself. She begins questioning loyalties, scanning for signs of deceit, and struggling to determine who, if anyone, she can trust. The betrayal touches her deeply, striking at her sense of control and leaving her vulnerable to mistakes that could have irreversible consequences. Episode 3 portrays her rawest emotions yet, and viewers are left on edge, anticipating her next move while fearing what the betrayal could cost. Cooper's storyline continues to escalate into a life-threatening predicament. The trailer teases his growing awareness that the $8 million loan he thought was a victory is a trap engineered by forces beyond his understanding. Galino's influence looms large, and every step Cooper takes feels more precarious than the last. Episode 3 makes it clear that this is no ordinary financial error. Cooper's misstep has drawn him into a dangerous game with no easy escape. His fear is palpable, his panic rising as he realizes the full scope of his entanglement. The betrayal surrounding him isn't just about money, it's about power, control, and survival. The suspense is amplified because Cooper, despite his growing dread, still hopes he can solve this on his own, unaware of the full danger until Tommy steps in. Tommy's arc culminates in this episode, marking the moment the trailer teases with quiet intensity. No longer a man merely responding to disasters, he becomes a force determined to confront betrayal head-on. Every look, every decision, every calculated move shows a man transformed by pressure, guilt, and a lifetime of mistakes. Episode 3 portrays him moving through danger with purpose, protecting Cammy, confronting threats to Cooper, and preparing to face the unseen enemy within their circle. The suspense is relentless because viewers feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. The survival of his family, his legacy, and Texas all hinge on his choices. The betrayal has forced him to evolve into a leader, a protector, and a man who refuses to allow deceit to dictate their fate. The climax of episode 3 delivers a sense of dread and anticipation that carries through the rest of the season. The betrayal, finally revealed, shakes the Maguire family to its core. Trust is broken, alliances shift, and the shadow of danger extends further than anyone expected. The trailer teases these consequences without giving away specifics, leaving viewers suspended between fear and anticipation. Episode 3 doesn't just set the stage for future conflicts, it reshapes the battlefield entirely. Tommy stands ready, Cammy struggles to regain control, and Cooper faces the consequences of choices made in desperation. The cartel's looming threat, combined with the betrayal within, ensures that the season has reached a turning point. A war where survival will come at a cost, and nothing will ever be the same. Landman, Season 2, Episode 3, is not merely an episode, it is a reckoning. Every moment, every glance, every secret revealed builds suspense and engages the audience in a story where trust is fragile, loyalty is tested, and the consequences of betrayal are deadly. The trailer promises chaos, but the episode delivers a storm, one that Tommy, Cammy, and Cooper must navigate, knowing that one misstep could be their last.